Hello YouTube, let's play some chess. Playing with the black pieces and playing the Caro-Kann. As you know we like. So let's see which variation we get. Yeah, it's a transposition into the exchange variation. And when possible we are gonna drop bishop out here. And then see... Yeah, let's put our bishop out first. I want to take the knight in this case, I think. There's no pin anymore, but it's still nice to keep that there. Yeah, that was to be expected. I can go for something crazy like this, but it's probably not wise. Knight e7 is an idea instead of f6, now that I've delayed my knight moves. That might be interesting. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's see what he wants to do. Knight f6 is playable as well. You are pinned, but it's still alright. Here I'm still pinned, but it's easy to move my queen away. But I don't have to yet, so let's just castle. And he jumps in with the knight. I guess if I take, he will take my bishop. Probably his idea. And if I take here, he has to take with the pawn, because if he takes with the queen, f6. So let's see. If I play this now, he has various moves. Let's go for this. I could take here with the bishop, so that taking back doesn't come with tempo. Then maybe put my queen here. I'll take with the knight. And then move my bishop, which would pin this pawn. I think I like that. Don't know which was best. But this knight is still pinned, so something to watch out for, but not a big problem, I think. Bishop is also defending, and I can move my queen to 2 different squares, or 3 I guess, where it still defends the knight. Yeah, so here I was thinking I can go back. And he gets an outpost for the knight, but at the same time, I can always take it if I want to. Yeah, so he tries to go there. Maybe just this to stop that. Well, not stop it, but I can drop my bishop back. Let's go for that. Because I want my bishop on this diagonal, pinning this pawn. Because I feel like f4 is one of his main ideas here. Now he brings the knight in. Should probably just move my queen. So that this knight is free to move now. And maybe I can start thinking of taking and bringing my knight up. He can defend the pawn, but it's gonna give me an open file at least. Don't know if I'll be winning that file in the end. Yeah, so he really wants to play f4, that's clear now. And it's odd to give up a bishop, but in this case I think my bishop doesn't have any prospects anyway. Now I have 2 moves. This is a fork technically, also attacking this. Maybe that's good enough. Problem is he's gonna pin me, probably. So that's not what I want. I think I'm going here. And if he plays rook here, just move my queen over and then I think I can win the c-file. Okay, so he wants to play something like this. That hangs the bishop. So probably this then. Still my knight is defending, so I don't even need to react there. Yeah, if I go here now... Well, first of all, the queen is also defending that, so that's not wise. Let's just... I want to use this rook here. This maybe goes there. Yeah, let's move the rook. Just so that this will never attack the rook. He can't kick away my knight now because his queen is here. Maybe he's planning to move it or something. And if he brings a rook over, well, that rook, then I take the pawn here. So he chooses the other rook. And I can just go here and try and win the file. I can take and then bring my other rook. That would win me the c-file, which is quite important in this position, I'd say. Now he could go back with his queen to fight for that c-file. Yeah, so he does go for this, but this is still defended. So for instance, I can move my king. That would be attacking the bishop. Also just ignore things and still go for this plan. Let's go for that now. Because I don't think he can threaten to kick my knight away. So if he takes my rook, obviously I have to take back, so let's pre-move that. And then afterwards, this d-pawn is pretty weak. So that's the target. Of course I need to deal with this first, but like I said, easiest is to move my king away. I don't know where yet. Thing is, if I move it to the f-file, maybe h7 is weak. But I can always play h6, I feel like. This diagonal might also be a problem. Yeah, he just hangs a full bishop now. Should I take the rook first? No, I want to fight for the file. Yeah, let's take that. He was thinking about this too much, but yeah, with the bishop there, it's just a free bishop. And I guess maybe he has an idea of taking and then bringing his queen over, trying to checkmate. But first of all, the knight is still defending that square. Yeah, so he brings the queen over first. So I shouldn't play this because then takes. But I can just bring my king over. And then if takes, this is not a threat because my knight is defending. Even if he takes here first, I can bring my queen over. And this is never a threat. So yeah, I'm just up a piece here. Don't really know if he thought he saw something there, but I think he just missed that the bishop was hanging. Especially because he moved his queen away and then back, so why would you do that? Yeah, he's desperately trying to find something here because he knows there's nothing he's gonna lose. Yeah, so he just drops a full rook now. Okay, let's take it. And then let's see. I can go here. This is still defended, so no need to do anything about that. So let's see what he wants to do here. And then here, and yeah, like I said, this still doesn't work. Knight can take. And this is just really difficult for him to deal with. Let's go for that. Just defend it. I'm just up a lot of pieces here. He's trying to go there. That's, I suppose, smart, because maybe I missed that. Okay, so let's go back offer a trade. That was nice to try and find some counterplay by him. Yeah, now he wants to kick my knight out. And then go there. Which is actually not possible because this pawn is pinned. So maybe go here now. So he needs to break the pin. Yeah, that's what he does. Let's see, can I take? Probably. Thing is, can I also play this? He kicks my knight out. I just go here. He can take and take the knight. I still have a rook. I think that's good enough. I don't want to make it too complicated and then end up being checkmated, so let's just deal with the threat forever. And sure, if he wants to go for this, that's fine. I just have a full rook and he only has pawns, so. And he can't take with the queen because I take the queen. And if he takes a knight, I take his queen, so that doesn't work. Yeah, so he goes for this, but this is completely lost. He is playing on. And fair play. You can always try, but there's not much of a try here. I'm not gonna give him anything. There's so many things that win here, but just this is his only chance he has, taking the pawns and then trying to promote this. It's a really long shot, but still. And let's just promote this pawn now. There's nothing he can do. And he can try and attack my rook, but I'll just go here. This pawn is still gonna promote. There isn't really any stalemate tricks or anything. At least not yet. There might be. This is check, so let's play that first. Let's see if we can find a mate. Can even allow this check. Can just move my king over if I want. Let's see if we can mate him. And he just resigns. Okay, let's go to the game review. Quite a long game, but I was pretty comfortable all the way through. 87 accuracy, quite good. So let's see. Okay, so engine likes this. I'm not sure. This is always annoying, I feel like. Well, in this case, knight is hanging. So maybe that's the idea because I haven't played this yet. I'm used to playing the knight first, but this very particular line, I don't have to. And here f6 was actually, I mentioned it in the game. There's not much of a difference, but it was an idea. But I felt like things would get too messy, and I wasn't in the mood for that. I just wanted to play a simple game. This is called inaccurate, but still pretty much the same evaluation. And here I was wondering, yeah, bishop takes is better, just so that this doesn't come with tempo, so I can make another move. Yeah, h6. Let's say bishop here. Just keep developing and play from there. But this was fine as well. This was all best. Getting the king out of the pin. And this was not best. And just playing it slow. I felt like this was alright. Just to show you, I think this is a bad move. Or a worse move. Yeah, it's called an inaccuracy. It's because he has this and I can't take either of the pawns. That's not even best. Queen d2. Okay, so is he setting up something? Well, I guess he's defending both. Okay. Yeah, this was better. And then here. Yeah, I could come in with the queen. Maybe I should have. Just temporarily give him the file if he wants. Taking a pawn, he can win a pawn back. Then I take this pawn and trade queens and I'm up there. This is still alright, but not as good as previous. And this plan just didn't work. If my knight wasn't here, that was an alright move. I'd have to play g6 and then maybe his queen can come in here and try to checkmate me. But with the knight there, that doesn't work. I just took, which wasn't best. Probably easiest, and then here, yeah, taking a bishop was best. And here, I think this is a bad move. Yeah, like I said, you can take here first and then this, and that's a problem. I'd have to play this, I think. Well, engine says actually check here. Yeah, probably something like this, and then I don't know, a lot of trades here maybe. And then this endgame is better for white. So yeah, that's why I just moved my king over here. And I took the free rook. Yeah, and then here important. I was trying to play something like this, but I think that's losing. Yeah, that's just made in two. So here I have to give up my queen and that's mate. I could leave the spaces here and do something else. I don't know what I would do, but yeah, I don't have many moves, but let's say something crazy. And then this check doesn't really work because I can drop my queen back, but still, that's not really a thing. So I move my queen back, then attacked it with a rook. And here I was thinking maybe the sacrifice works. And it does, it's still pretty much winning because I still have the extra knight, but it's not the best. And I just went for this, which is equally good, but now he just doesn't have a queen left, so it's easier not to fall for any tricks. And it didn't give him any tricks, and yeah, basically it was over. It's made in 4 here. I don't know if I would have found it, but I would have found some kind of checkmate here. So yeah, quite a nice game. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.